Hello, everybody. So I'm going to jump back on. I had a good meeting, and as I was following up with some emails, the topic of what to give away for free came up, and it's one of those topics I actually do love talking about because I think that as people in business, we tend to give a lot more away for free than we necessarily should. Obviously, when you're starting your business or getting people to know about who you are and what you do, there are some freebies, like these videos, for example. You want to have a level of awareness. You do want to have some marketing, you want to have some sales, and that has to come from giving away some type of free product, free information, something of that nature. However, there is a line that you have to draw if you're going to be successful, because if not, you're going to wind up not being valued, number one. Number two, you're not going to be able to support yourself because if everything's free, how are you paying your bills? And also it's a level of respect. Number three, I think from running my own business and working with a lot of other companies that are starting up, you really get to the point where if somebody's giving you something for free, and then all of a sudden they're like, okay, well, I'm going to start charging for that now. There's a disconnect because if it's not something where it's a free trial and there's paperwork involved, being like, okay, we're going to try this either for free or as I do for a discounted rate for a certain amount of time, and then we're going to go into full price. There's just an oddity, like somewhat of a weirdness. So to prevent that, make sure you're upfront when you're giving your free trial away or your free video away. Say something to the effect of, you know, this is the information, that you're going to get. And if you decide that you want to work together, this is what you will get. So give them a little bit of a taste, but don't give everything away, especially when you work where something like me, where I'm a consultant, information is literally my product, my experience, and my brain, for lack of better terminologies, of everything that I've done, whether it's raising money for organizations or creating a structure so you can have a business. If I give everyone advice for free, how is that going to support and continue to be able to do that for everyone else? I can't even tell you how many people will ask for everything for free and they're like, oh, it's just a conversation. Well, no, it's not. It's a lot more than that. But it also goes along to the fact of you have to value yourself. So if you don't value yourself first and foremost, and whether this is honestly, this is could be business or life in general. If you don't have a value on what you're doing or yourself, how can anyone else value you? I mean, really simple concept, but I think we forget it. And it's funny because I both my parents had businesses. So my father had a TV VCR repair business, and we used to rent videotapes as well. And my mom had a chocolate business, and we would do trade shows. So I started out really young, working, just working, and I saw people that had small businesses because I was working in those small businesses. It's always kind of a joke because my dad's like, oh, as soon as I could talk, I was answering the phones. But I think that experience was really great for me to be like a kid and have the responsibility of I'm going to be a secretary, at 3, or do marketing, whether I was in a costume on the side of the road waving at people in my Rainbow Bright costume to get them to come to the store opening, which I totally did. I was wearing rainbows that young, just saying, 4 years old. But I did a trade show at 8. So I actually outsold everybody else that was there, all the grown-ups, because I was so excited about, the products that we were doing and having that passion for it. And it's funny because I was talking to my mom about that a lot, and my dad too, where they used to give their advice away all the time and help people build their businesses when that was it. So they could have even, like, for example, my mom closed up her chocolate business years ago, but she'll give advice away on how to build a new one. So while that's very nice, and now she's retired, that's fine. It's not sustainable. So in terms of my client's question, giving it all away for free, if you give them everything you have, they now have that. okay? So like, it's not that you need to charge for every single thing you do, because obviously we're doing this free video again right now. And I love interacting with people because you know what? That's great marketing. You guys, the few of you that are on right now, you may not know exactly what I do. And honestly, there's so many components to it. So it's good to have that interaction because you may realize you need something, or I may realize I need something based on this hopeful dialogue. Because feel free to comment if you haven't. But I think it's really, really important to set boundaries. So whether it's, let's say for my business, for example, I have set monthly retainers where I work with clients, whether they're coaching clients or whether they're business consulting clients, and they get me for a month. Now that can include one, phone call conversation that may be an hour long or broken up into 2 segments, and then a certain amount of emails and texts so we can have that dialogue with each other as well. And obviously there's different stages and we could, work together more, work together less. I'm really flexible because I work with people on all, both the coasts of the United States and actually in 2 other countries as well. So, there's limits, but there's also setting expectations so nobody's disappointed. Because otherwise, when you're in a business of information and education, what do you have? It is conversation. So if you give all of that away for free, there is literally no way to sustain and move forward. You are always going to be kind of looping and, just doing it for nothing really, and unable to support yourself, unable to support your family, and, in essence, not really able to support your business. So I just, I wanted to jump on because I thought that was a really interesting dialogue I was having. It was actually over email with my client because, I'm a big believer in putting that boundary there. So, that was the quote that well, not really, I don't know if I could quote myself, but the conversation that I had and post just beforehand of like, stop giving it all away for free. You are a valuable commodity. Your experience, whether it's business, whether it's motherhood, whether it's writing, I see a writer on here, whether it's event planning, whatever it is, you have valuable information that there is a need for somewhere else. So give the information away to an extent. Let people know what you do, how you do it, and then let there be a decision. And if they don't find the value in it and they don't have a reason to buy, that's fine. But if you continue with the process, it's as much your responsibility as it is theirs to cut that off. So don't give it all away for free. Make sure that, you're setting expectations. And if you do a somewhat of a free trial or discounted trial, which is better because at least you're putting a value on it, make sure you have a start and end time on that. So there's no hurt feelings, there's no, change in expectations, and people are all on board with what you're doing. And it truly is a respected business because you are going to work with friends and family. They can be your best clients or your worst enemies because you know what? They're going to ask for stuff for free all the time. Trust me. And you are the only one that can say whether or not that's okay. So my Friday feeling today is that you need to charge for it. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to post them. Thank you to the several of you that are on right now and watching. I truly appreciate it. If you want any more information, feel free to go to freudsinfinitevision.com, which is also linked in my profiles, or LinkedIn too. But thank you all so much. And if you have any other questions or want a different video, feel free to message me on Facebook. You all have a fantastic Friday. Love and light. And this is Tiffany Freud with Infinite Vision.